Lesson 7.6 is renaming fractions and mixed numbers. And the first part that I want to talk about is changing a fraction into a mixed number. And so I have 9/4 as my improper fraction or fraction that I'm going to work with. And off to the right then I have gone ahead and separated it into 9 1/4 size pieces. And from there I told the kids group them into what you know would equal one whole. So I know that 4/4 equals a whole, and so I'm going to circle that. And I'm going to circle another one if I can. So here I can see that I have 2 wholes and then 1/4 piece left. So I have renamed my improper fraction into a mixed number of 2 and 1/4. Now my improper fraction is 8/3 or 8 third-sized pieces. And so below I have already separated or added them. I have 8 1/3 sized pieces, and I want to group them into wholes, and I know 3/3 is going to give me one whole, so I go through and I circle all of my 3/3. I know I can't do that to the last one, so I have 2 and 2/3 as my final mixed number. Another way to change an improper fraction into a mixed number is just to do long division, and this is what some of the kids could be thinking in their head eventually, but I am going to show you out loud how this works. So I know 4 does not go into 2, so I put my 0, and then I ask, well, how many times does 4 go into 21? I know it's going to go in at least 5 times, so I do 5 times 4 is 20. I subtract it out, and I have 1 left. Now, our denominator was 4, so I keep that as my denominator, and then my numerator is my remainder. So, changing 21/4 into a mixed number, I have 5 and 1/4. You can get your answer either of these ways, depending on the situation, but both of them will work. Now we're going to change a mixed number into a fraction, or an improper fraction. And so I have 2 and 3/6. And one way I can look at this is that this is equivalent to 6/6 plus 6/6. That gets me my whole, plus my smaller fraction, or my fraction of 3/6. And I could simply add those together. Just my numerator, 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 3 is 15, and my denominator stays the same, and so I get 15/6. Here's another example that I could do. I have fourths, so I know I can do 4/4 plus 4/4 plus my fraction of 3/4. I know 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 3, and then my denominator stays the same. A quicker way that we may have learned growing up is simply to take our denominator times our whole number. So 9 times 4 is 36, and then I add the fraction to that. 36 plus 6 is 42 over 9. Again, this is probably the way we were taught growing up, but if you go back to the previous slide, it does show the kids a better understanding of what the fractions really mean.